Hello everyone, welcome back to Multiplexer Problems. In this video, we are going to see two more problems on multiplexers. As you can see on the screen, there are two 4:1 multiplexers and we need to find out the final output, that is function f, and that is the output of the second multiplexer. In order to find out this function f, first let us consider the circuit given. Now in order to find out the second output, the output of the second multiplexer, first we need to find out the output of the first multiplexer. So let us divide into two parts. Let us consider the very first multiplexer and let us write down the output of this first 4:1 multiplexer. We already seen how to write this expression in an easy way in the first video. So now this is the expression for this 4:1 multiplexer in terms of selection and input line variables. Now what is the second step? What is the next step? We need to replace the selection line variables with the given inputs. Those are u comma v. So wherever s1 is there, that is replaced with u. Wherever s0 is there, that is replaced with v. Now what is the next step? We need to replace the input lines also with the given values. So from the circuit you can see I0, I3 are connected to ground. That means I0 and I3 variable values are 0. I1 and I2 are connected to VCC, supply voltage. That means I1, I2 values are equal to 1. So just substitute those values in the equation, Boolean expression. So wherever 0 is there, that product term will be eliminated, and wherever 1 is there, that term will be considered. So now what is the y expression? U bar v plus u into v bar, and this is nothing but your XOR operation. So now we got the output of the very first multiplexer in the given circuit, that is y, and the expression is u XOR v. Now let us consider the circuit again. So this is the circuit. So now we know what input is coming to the second 4:1 multiplexer. So now our concentration is on second multiplexer. So consider second multiplexer, and in the similar way write down the expression for f in terms of selection line and input lines variables. Once again I am repeating that this writing of expression we already discussed in the very first video. If you have any confusion, please watch the previous video. So now the same procedure we need to follow. First we need to replace the selection line variables with the given inputs. Here the inputs are w and x. And in the next step we need to replace the input line variables with the given values. From this diagram you can see I2 and I3 are connected to ground. That means I2, I3 are equal to 0. I0 and I1 are connected to the previous output, that is nothing but y. So I0, I1 is replaced with y, and I2, I3 are replaced with 0. This 0 terms will be eliminated because 0 dot something is always 0. So now this is nothing but your f. So here you can apply your Boolean expression, Boolean theorems and some simplification. So please observe here, I can take common w bar and y. I can take common w bar and y, so that I will get x bar plus x in the bracket. So you know x bar plus x is nothing but 1. So obviously 1 dot something equal to that something. So w bar y is the final output. Now you can replace this y. Now you can replace this y with the actual value of y. What is the actual value of y? We got u XOR v. So you can write down these two, any one. These two are correct. So in this way you can solve the examples on multiplexer. So now let us consider the second example. This is also having two multiplexer of different size now, because this is not 4:1, this is 2:1, but the procedure is very same. In order to find out the final output f, first we need to find out the first multiplexer output. So let us divide into two parts. Now we need to find out the output of this particular multiplexer. Again we need to use the basic expression of the multiplexer. Again I am repeating, if you don't understand how we got this expression, please watch the previous video. So now what is the second step? Next step, simply we need to substitute the input values. Here please don't confuse. Here the selection line value is given as S1. We are using the same value S1 as it is, and this S1 is not having any other input. So simply we use S1 dash, that is nothing but it is indicating 0, so that is nothing but S1 dash I0, S1 indicating 1, that means I1. So now I0 and I1 we need to replace. I0 is directly connected to W and I1 is nothing but complement of W. So S1 dash or S1 prime W plus S1 W prime. So this is nothing but again XOR operation between S1 and W. So now we got the output of the first multiplexer. Now consider the entire circuit again. Now you consider the second part. Now we need to find out the F. So if you observe here, S1 XOR W is given to 0th line, that means I0 line, and S1 XOR W is given to I1 line, but not directly, it is complemented. So first let us write down the expression, general expression. Now you can see the I1 is nothing but S complement of this particular value, S1 XOR W, whole complement. So I0 is replaced with S1 XOR W, S2, and I1 must be replaced with S1 XOR W whole bar. Now if you observe this S2 bar S1 XOR W, consider S1 XOR W as some other term like X, then it is nothing but S2 bar X plus S2 X bar, that is nothing but it is XOR operation between these two, S2 XOR S1 XOR W. So you can write down whenever you have come across this kind of expression, you can remove these brackets, so that is nothing but S2 XOR S1 XOR W. The order you can the order may not be same, even if you change the order also the result will be same. So that means I mean to say S1 XOR X2 XOR W, or any combination you can use whenever this kind of XOR operation is there in between three operands. Thank you so much. We will be seeing the more examples in the coming videos. Thank you.